Hello, Black29, I'm joined by
Spender94 here.
and welcome to a special Pokemon battle. Now, as many of you know, I don't do Pokemon, but I bought Spender's 3DS, so let's get on with it. And I start off with a Dugtrio.
Yeah, we actually had this battle on stream. I do streams every Saturday and stuff like that, and they've been going pretty well recently, so we actually had Templar on for a 6v6 battle against one of my regular streamers, Lauren. Lauren brought an in-game team along, and I versed one of my teams, but Templar is at the head here, so I was giving him just tips and advice and stuff like that, but see, this battle actually turned out pretty well for both sides. I think both people involved actually learned a thing or two from this.
I mean, I started off with an Earthquake on Queenie, then I decided to pull out, then I brought in who I believe was second MVP, the main MVP will come in soon, and yeah, I took a big hit from the high jump kick, but then I decided to try and Toxic, but unfortunately, that didn't go well for me.
Yeah, the thing is, what you realise is this is more like a sweepy set, I'm assuming, because this thing has decent speed, decent attack. It's got really decent special defence, which is freaking weird. So, Toxic on it's maybe not the best, but obviously it's the best thing we can kind of do on my team, so...
Yep, so I decided to switch out because I realised, I'm not going to get away with Confusion. So, but Queen went out first, which was a bit surprised, and Angel came out. Then I decided to Toxic, then when I saw that, right, Toxic, boom. Which did the business in my view.
Well, at least you're Toxic on this thing, you whittle it down, got this, the thing with Toxapex is it's a ridiculously bulky Pokemon all around. You've got to invest a lot in health in it. But this set, what I'm using here is bold natured and incredibly defensive, so it can't take special hits. So that's what I think Lauren was thinking here, so it's a kind of a good job you backed out here, because Lauren actually uses a surprisingly interesting move. Encore was a pretty interesting move to see here, which if it's used again, it would have made you use Toxic 3 times. I find it would have been pretty decent to lock into because you wouldn't have been able to do any damage and forced to switch.
But then I took the lead by going bulk out, and then I got hit by a Moon Blast, which it didn't do too much. It kept me alive, but because of Disguise, no damage. But then I decided to go do the substitute thing, which really helped.
The thing is, once we a lot of people.
Well, sorry, I played rough first. Then
what a lot of people are doing is, as I said, play rough is obviously a good move, but what a lot of people use now is play rough, leech life, sword stance, and one other move of their choice. Because a lot of people's been running sword dance and use the leech life to gain HP back, but Mimikyu still has the potential to be one shot, especially without any investment of defense in. So as I say, when you verse stuff like this, obviously you're going to get walled out, so you need to have to think. So unfortunately, when it's literally a case of two Toxapex versing each other, in case this is a case Booby Trap versus Spike, which sounds like a painful combo to be honest, ends up unfortunately being a very stally part of the match.
But however, it paid out for us because I continued to scold, and then eventually, what you're going to see in this video, I eventually get the result I've been looking for, which was burn.
The thing is with burn now, burn used to be 1/8 of your HP goes down and your attacker gets sliced. Now it's your attack gets sliced, but it's only 1/16. So the nerf burn a bit, and it makes Scald a bit less effective. But when you can't really poison anything or something like this, burn helps a little bit with that chip damage. Cause I mean, paralysis wouldn't have done too much. They've even nerfed paralysis. You know, it's only 90% accuracy for Thunder Wave now. So it's quite a different ball game in general. So when you unfortunately get to this kind of thing, it's like you've got to see what people are locking them into, because when you're in a store war like this, you'll notice people tend to lock themselves into a move. For example, Lauren kind of locked herself into liquidation here, so you can have to judge what I can swap in to actually take the damage here.
So in the end, I stayed for this for a while, but then I switched out and I brought in Bootleg to to try and bulk up, which Spike uses recovery but gets burned, and then I decided to go substitute to beef up.
Well, with the Toxapex here, it has a major weakness because it can't break through storms very well because it's got no special investment whatsoever. Usually there's very few people who run any kind of attacking investment or whatever. So this is the chance, of course, get behind substitute and start bulking up, because then you're going to be able to get a load of damage, you're going to be safe, and even poison jab here, neutral moves don't tend to break it here, which especially after that burn as well, because burn halves the attack, so this poison jab is never going to break through that.
And I just continued to bulk. I thought, no, I'm not attacking you, I'm going to bulk until I get to a decent state, then hit you with a hard punch. But strangely enough, Lauren does something a bit after this. When I bulk up, after I think was the third shot with the poison jab, she decided to switch out.
Well, yeah, kind of had to at this point, because I don't know, she was running recover, but the thing is, it was getting stally, so the thing is, you've got to remember now, you are at that plus ridiculous now, and the only way Lauren is going to take the thing down with Spike here is with the Baneful Bunker, but it's getting the timing right. But at the minute, when you play like this, you're both getting tried to side each other's heads with Pokemon Battle, and you've got to think, okay, is he going to use the chance to set up another bulk
Yeah.
up, or is he going to attack so I can get the Baneful bunker up? So unfortunately, Lauren just made the misjudge there. After these Shadow Sneaks, I believe you're at +3 or 4 here.
Yeah.
That's a lot of damage, and I was expecting this to be the Regenerator set, but not a lot of people have the Regenerator one.
No.
I was lucky to get that off
Yeah.
Wonder Trade. So as I say, I think this is probably a Merciless set here, which
Yeah.
I'm not sure what it does Merciless.
And then
to be
Queen
very
comes
honest.
out, and unfortunately for Queen, gets. Then she uses Majesty, which I was very angry about. Oh, damn it, I was with a killing move.
I was quite surprised with that, because I didn't actually know what Queen's Majesty does,
Yeah.
but I know it disabled move, but I think it disables the first move you use on it.
Yeah.
Which, if that's the case, yeah, I can see this being an interesting set of Pokemon if
Yeah.
it's going to disable the first
Then
move.
Rough finishes her off. Then
Yeah.
Demon comes out, and then this is where things I think got bad to worse, because they used Shadow Sneak, didn't kill it, but it crippled it, and then Venom Shock didn't poison, and didn't do too much damage. And then I just did it again with another Shadow Sneak, and that was the end of Demon.
Yeah, I was thinking Lauren was expecting to do a lot more damage there, but the set, as I say, it's just health, special defense investments, slight defense investments. The bulk ups
Now
can get
this
to
is
the
where things get interesting, because we're about to show off a C move, which was Sub-Zero. What's it called again? Sub-Zero.
It's Sub-Zero Coolness, something like that,
Yeah.
but as I say, Z moves are like the unique thing they've added in the Pokemon 7th generation. You can only use them once per battle, so they're all in all. And
Slammer.
yes,
Yes.
a lot of people are using them for attacking moves like this, but you can actually use them on defensive stuff as well.
Yeah, and what happens is I thought I was going to be dead, but for some reason Bootleg busted and just said, "Nope, I'm not dying today."
I don't think, as I say, Lauren's using an in-game teams. I don't particularly imagine this thing being incredibly special attack investments. Can't really do that in the in-game.
Yeah, and I went to substitution, and then I just set myself up, tried the Hex, but did nothing.
Which I'm quite surprised at, as I say, that's super effective damage, and that still didn't get to the player buff. And Hex is a special move as well,
Yeah.
so yeah, this I'd say more defensive because it took that hit. It's a Ninetales and all.
Yep, and then Shadow Sneak again finishes the job.
Yeah. Play rough Shadow Sneak combo, as I say,
Now,
you get that
what
priority.
happens next really angered us, and I called Lauren naughty for this. She brings out Galaxy, and I get one strike on it, but then she does something which I felt a little bit knocked.
To be fair, it was a good move, and it's something I wouldn't have predicted myself on it, because it's an unusual item to see on something like this.
What's this? It's coming up.
Red card.
Yeah, set me up, and I was not very happy with that.
Because there goes all your setup and stuff, which is nice because it stops you being swept. But the weird thing is, like Cosmic Power and that, the Shell Smash set's the more popular one. So I think Lauren definitely using the in-game one, which is a shame because if it didn't do so much damage, I would have liked to see what this
Cosmic does.
how it does. It increases defense. So I was
Yeah,
wondering what
I
it
used
doing on that set.
I get hit with that, but then I retaliate with Payback.
And Payback's an interesting move because if you take damage first, you do double damage back. So instead of 50 damage, you'll do 100, and with an Umbreon being a Dark type, it gets stabbed because it's a Dark type move.
So that removed that, and then we got we had Spike back out, who was pretty much on its last legs.
Yeah, at this point, as I say, it was a case of let's kind of just get the misery over with, because unless Lauren's going to go for a liquidation here, it's not going to do too much. But she goes for the Baneful, which fails, which was a good predictor there.
Yeah.
Well, a good predictor than her, because if she were going for the Payback, it would have poisoned you. But EQ's going to do its thing. You're not living at that. Yeah. It must have been a merciless set of no regeneration, which is a shame.
And then that was it. And the battle was a great game, but unfortunately for Lauren, things were not going her way.
Yeah, at the end. So that's pretty much the battle there. So,
So
tell her to round this off.
Yep. So if you like the videos, please like, share, and subscribe, and I'll see you again.